Welcome, everyone, brothers and sisters, comrades, friends, associates, and everyone around the world watching this show. This is our very first show. It is the Ubuntu Global Connect show. My name is Kato Mukasa, and I'll be your host today and going forward. This is the beginning of a bold conversation about Africa and enterprise. Africa must move from aid to trade, from complaints to creativity. Let's talk honestly. Let's talk solutions. Africa is not a poor continent. We are a very rich continent. Africa is a rich continent, but sadly with poor people. Poor people, people don't have money in their pockets. Geographically, Africa is the second largest continent on earth. We are talking 30 million square kilometers. This means that we have enough space to fit the US, China, India, and Europe in one continent, Africa. Did you know that even the world map doesn't give a right shape of Africa, a right size of Africa? It is shown as a smaller continent, yet in reality, Africa is bigger. Africa has 54 countries and over 1.4 billion people. 60% of those people are under 25. We are the youngest continent on earth. We are not just rich in people. We are rich in resources. Africa holds 90% of the world's platinum. Think about it. 80% of the world's coltan that powers your smartphone comes from Africa. I'm talking about coltan. We hold 80% of that. Talk about the Congo and other countries having these resources. It is Africa that feeds the world. 60% of global cobalt comes from Africa. 50% of global gold, 50% of it comes from Africa. 40% of the hydro potential energy comes from Africa. We also have 60%. In fact, we have 65% of the world's uncultivatable arable land that we haven't yet utilized. Arable land you can use to dig and feed the world can be found in Africa. And yet, we still beg for aid. Why do we beg? Why do we go before these world leaders to humiliate us, to shame us, begging? Why? Since the 1960s, Africa has received over 1.2 trillion US dollars in aid. 1.2 trillion US dollars in aid globally. Has it changed our condition? No. Aid simply builds dependency. Trade builds dignity. We need more trade. We don't need aid. Africa doesn't need aid today. We don't need aid. We need trade. Because trade brings dignity. Trade creates innovation. Trade gives us jobs and wealth. Look at China, India, Vietnam. They are trading and they traded with the world to grow. Africa has to do the same thing. We need trade, not aid. And we can do it even better. Africa has coffee, coke, shea butter, gold, oil, culture, music, and all these things. Africa has all these kind of things, But What do? We are exporting raw materials. We are exporting raw goods. And too bad, we are importing finished products from Europe, from US, from China. All these useless finished products. Some of them very substandard. We import them. Africa must be told to design. We must start designing, not digging. We have been told to dig, dig, dig. Digging doesn't help us. We must design. We must change our approach. We must move from being consumers to creators. And yes, we face these challenges, but we must look for solutions. We have challenges. For example, over 460 million Africans live in poverty. More than 60% of our youth are unemployed. They're into disguised unemployment. They don't have jobs. Call it disguised employment. We can't wait for governments or donors to save us. They are not going to save us. Our governments haven't saved us. The so-called donors haven't saved us. These are donors who give you with the right hand and take with the left hand. Donors will never save Africa. We must build businesses. We must build cooperatives. We must open local markets in Africa. We must start trading with each other. Kenya, trade with Tanzania, with Burundi, with Nigeria. We must trade with each other. Local markets, open local markets. If your village has mangoes, why import juice? We must make use of our products. Make mangoes, mango juice, orange juice, right from